Warren Buffett says, the best time to sell a great company is never. Personally, I think that's a bunch of shit. Hi, my name is Richard Hutton, and this is the Exponential Fund, the place where you can learn how to invest and absolutely crush average market returns. So, this is part 2 of the series Mistakes of Buffett. This is not intentionally shitting on the greatest investor of all time just to get views, but my goal in life, as I said in the previous video, is to accelerate the evolution of humanity. So when I look at the greatest investor of all time, Warren Buffett, I'm thinking, okay, that does not represent the limit of human performance, right? Fair enough. It is possible to do better than what he's done. So I intentionally look at areas of improvement, to say it nicely, to say it badly, mistakes, right? And I put some entertainment to deliver this to you. So people are obsessed with what stock to buy. And fair enough, that is important. But equally as important, if not more important, is how much you buy of a stock. In another video, I'll talk about that. And when to sell, right? Now, how come Warren Buffett says never sell a company? Well, if it's a great company, why would you sell it, right? He bought Coca-Cola decades ago. Now it went up a lot, and now Coca-Cola is paying him a bunch of dividends. Why would you sell? I'll tell you why. If your goal is to outperform the market for as long as possible, then holding a stock forever is not ideal, because a stock cannot outperform the market forever, okay? No matter how great a stock is and how rapidly it's moving, eventually it kinda has to default to the GDP growth of the world, right? So it can't keep growing at 10-20% forever, right? Because the market is not that big. Now, with the dividends, Warren Buffett is getting paid huge amounts of dividends. I don't care. Because you should look at the amount he has invested in Coca-Cola, and on that amount, how much is he getting dividends? It's a couple percent a year. Okay, if you compare the amount of dividends he's getting now compared to the sum he invested, yes, that is huge. But that's not the point. The point is, from the sum you have now, you want to grow faster than the market, right? And Berkshire Hathaway underperformed the market for the last 10 years, okay? Something's wrong. There's room for improvement. Now, it is possible to beat the track record of Warren Buffett. It is possible to get a better return than 20% per year. I'm not saying it's easy, but it's possible. It is possible to outperform the market for longer than he has and with a larger sum. Now, these things may sound arrogant from just a young man who, has an infinitesimally small amount of money compared to the GOAT, but I believe it's true. Where am I wrong? If you think I'm wrong, tell me. Comment below. So, a great company, a great disruptive company, follows an S-curve adoption, right? At first, takes off slowly. If you Google yearly iPhone sales, it's a perfect representation, right? At first, it takes off slowly, then the middle part of the exponential growth, and eventually the company becomes mature and its sales and profits growth rate slows down. Completely normal, right? If you want to get phenomenal returns, invest in that middle part, in the exponential growth phase, right? If you invest in a company when it's fast growing and then the company matures and slows down, why would you keep it? Why not sell and buy the next company that's growing fast? Like why do I have to say this? Why is this such a fucking hard to understand concept? It will be super obvious. Apparently it's not. I don't fucking... The solution... One of the solutions is the exponential fund, right? So here's what I did in my portfolio. I have this very simple strategy, which is not financial advice. Very simple strategy, completely mechanical rules, right? So the rules are like mathematically defined. It does not take my personal judgment to make investment decisions. It is well diversified and it can still generate good returns. So 1 minute pitch, here it is. I invest an equal amount in the 20 largest companies that have been growing their sales by at least 25% per year for the last 5 years. And I'll keep saying this until you guys get it, because I think it's a great strategy. I have a detailed explanation, like an hour long. If you want to see that video, I'll put a link down below, right? But with this, once a year, I check a website like finviz.com, right? It's a stock screener. You can find which stocks meet these criteria. So once a year, I look at the screener and I pick my list of 20s. And for the next year, I keep these 20 companies and I just rebalance regularly, right? So if a month passes and some stocks went up a lot and others fell down, I sell some of the high flyers, and with that cash, I buy the stocks that went down, right? So I rebalance, buy low, sell high, without having to predict what will happen. And then when next year comes along and the annual report comes out with the sales growth rate, I recheck the list, right? To see maybe some companies slowed down their growth rate and fell off the list. Fuck, sell them. Or maybe other companies which were lower on the list grew their market cap a lot and now they're in the top 20. Or some companies IPO'd. Like this year, I added Airbnb, right? It already IPO'd at fucking 100 billion, right? I don't know if that was the IPO, but it was about 100 billion when I bought it, right? So it's good stuff. Now, let me ask you this. Do you agree? Do you think a young aspiring investor can have a better idea about when to sell than the greatest investor of all time? Leave a comment down below. All right. And until next time, take care.